it can be challenging driving the truck for the first couple of days. Even though you spend all your time in the academy, you get on the highway, and it's going to be extremely challenging. And not only that, but family is going to be not used to having you around. So that's going to get into the picture. In the morning, it's text messaging. First thing in the morning, I get a good morning, honey, from my wife, even when we're not getting along. And then in the afternoon, she calls me on her lunch break. And then in the evening, before she goes to bed, we have a good night call. I find out what's going on throughout the day. She kind of picks and chooses what she's going to tell me sometimes, because she knows I'm going through a lot of stress on the road, and I have new students, which adds a lot of stress. And she kind of takes care of things when I'm not away. And that's important. For your spouse, whoever he or she is, you have to be able to rely on her to handle things when you're away, because you're not going to be there when things come up. And she's going to be running the household, or he's going to be running the household the way they see fit. And it may not be how you feel like it should be fit, but you know what? You're only home 1 weekend every 2 weeks. So when you come home, don't try to change things. If you and your spouse are not in agreement on how the house is going to be run when you're together, it's going to be the way he or she wants to run it when you're away. So when you come home on the weekend, just kind of, don't shake things up. You only have 2 days. Each minute, every hour of the day has to count with your family. You only have a couple of days with them, so don't get bothered by the little things. Make every moment count. Plan things during the week of what you're going to do on the weekends. That seems to work for us. Like already on Wednesday, my wife will say, hey, so what do you want to do this weekend? We'll plan it out, so by the time I get in on Saturday, we already know where we're going. We already know what we're doing. I already know what my kids are doing. I know they're going to need times with their girlfriends or times with their friends, so I know I have to give them that. That's not going to change because Dad's home, but you try to squeeze in some time with them whenever you can. And I text message them whenever I can, as much as I can, let them know I'm alive and I'm still out here and I'm thinking about them. This career is hard on families. They don't tell you that. You gotta have a strong marriage, a strong relationship going into it. It's not gonna build up strength. If you're going in weak, it's not. If your relationship with your family or with your better half or your other half is rocky, it's not gonna get better out on the road. It has to be strong before you leave. You all have to be in this together when you start this career. You have to know that you're going to have her support, because if not, all you're going to hear from your spouse is, we miss you. Why aren't you home? Why are you doing this? And I experience it with my students when they don't make it. When they get on the truck with me and they tell me they didn't, well, my wife really didn't like the idea of me trucking. Well, more than likely they're not going to make it through the training. Because when they get home on the weekends for those couple of days they're gonna have with her, she's gonna let him know how much she misses him, how much he needs to be there, not on the road. And it's gonna affect you on the road, and they won't even get through the trainings. You have to have a support team around you going into this career.